Humans just saw the moon's hidden side with their own eyes, not through a probe, not through old mission photos. With 4 people inside a spacecraft, close enough to watch that landscape fill the windows in real time. That is the version of Artemis II people should remember. Yes, the mission broke the old Apollo 13 distance record. Yes, Orion went silent behind the moon for about 40 minutes. But the part that makes this feel different is simpler than that. Humans were there, looking at the far side of the moon as a real place. For decades, the far side has been something people know about without really feeling. We had maps. We had robotic images. We knew it was rougher, older, and more heavily scarred than the side facing Earth. But knowing that is not the same as seeing it the way this crew just did. And what they saw was brutal. The far side is not a smooth gray plain. It is broken terrain, giant impact scars, crumpled ridges, and huge basins carved by ancient collisions. One of the features the crew was sent to observe was the Orientale basin, around 600 miles wide, stretching across the near and far sides of the moon. Another was the Hertzsprung basin, another enormous wound across the far side. NASA had given the crew a list of 30 lunar targets to study during the flyby. That matters because this was not just sightseeing. This was human observation, layered on top of everything the robotic missions already gave us. Cameras can capture details, instruments can measure height and depth, but astronauts can do something machines do not do the same way: compare, react, notice color and texture, and describe what a place actually feels like when it becomes enormous in front of you. That is the real difference between "we have data" and "humans were there," and for a short time, they were seeing all of that while cut off from Earth. As Orion moved behind the moon, the spacecraft went through about 40 minutes of blackout while the moon blocked communications. So the crew was not just viewing the hidden side. They were physically behind it, alone with it, while the rest of Earth waited for the signal to come back. That changes the emotional weight of the whole flyby, because the far side stopped being a science fact and became a place. And then the mission gave them even more. During the flyby, the crew saw a total solar eclipse from lunar distance, with the sun's corona hanging around the moon in darkness. And when Orion emerged, they saw Earthrise, that small blue world coming back over the lunar horizon after the silence. That contrast is the whole story. On one side, the moon's hidden face, violent and scarred. On the other, Earth returning, small, bright, and suddenly personal. So in one sweep around the moon, Artemis II gave 4 humans the farthest flight in history, direct views of the moon's hidden scars, a total eclipse, and Earth returning out of black space. That is a real human spaceflight moment. Not because it was the loudest, because it made the moon feel physical again. For a few hours, the far side was not a map, not a processed image, not a familiar phrase people throw around without meaning. It was a silent, wrecked world outside the window. And for the first time in generations, humans were there to actually see it with their own eyes, while the rest of us waited for the signal to return from behind it.